What's going on, guys? My name is Cody and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, I please ask that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out tremendously. For those of you who do not know me, I was previously a nurse for 7 years. Of those last 5 years, I worked in the ICU, which was extremely stressful. I just want to say to all the nurses who are watching this, I truly appreciate what you guys are doing. It is an extremely stressful, tough, exhausting, mentally taxing job. And I really do appreciate everything that you guys do. Hospitals and other people don't respect nurses the way that they should. I feel like nurses definitely don't get paid enough and they don't get appreciated by really anybody as much as they truly should. You know, it's kind of crazy. I remember going in the hospital when I worked there during Nurses Week, and I remember, there'd be signs saying that we appreciate nurses, and then maybe you get some pizza and some donuts, which is a great gesture. I would appreciate that. But, what nurses really need is to be paid more, and they need to be appreciated more, because a lot of people just do not understand what nurses have to go through. Another thing that I've noticed is, whether it's friends, family, significant others, they don't understand what nurses go through. I've had people tell me, well, you only work 3 days a week. How hard can that be? But you as a nurse, you know how stressful those 12-hour shifts are, 16-hour shifts, and how mentally taxing they are. And at some points, it just feels like it's not worth it at all. So if you're watching this video, you may be considering quitting, or maybe you're considering getting into a different career path. So I want to lay out this video, tell you about my story, and give you some suggestions and advice on how you should prepare yourself if you're getting ready to quit or maybe transfer into a different job. So like I said, I was previously a nurse for 7 years. I got into nursing school when I was only 18 years old. I didn't have any experience really with anything else. I only had one other job previous to that, which was at a Buffalo Wild Wings. I kind of just jumped right into it. So I ended up getting my associate's degree when I was 20 years old. Right from there, I got my first job in orthopedics, which was extremely backbreaking. That was some hard work. My end game plan was to actually go to anesthesia school afterwards. So I then had to transition into ICU to get the experience to go to anesthesia. So I ended up working at a medical ICU for about 2 years, and then I transferred into a cardiac ICU, and wow. Cardiac ICU is no joke. The one hospital that I worked at, we did heart and lung transplants on the unit, and we had just about every device possible on there. It was extremely stressful and overwhelming, and there was really not a day that went by where I didn't consider quitting that job each and every day. So like I said, I want to make this video to help you guys out. No matter what field of nursing you're in, maybe you're burnt out, you've been doing it for so long. A lot of people feel like there's no way out, but I'm here to tell you that there is a way out if that's something you're considering. So for me, like I said, as I was working for those 7 years, probably about 4 or 5 years in, I started a business on the side that was more of a hobby than anything. I started flying drones, shooting pictures. I realized, hey, I can actually start making some money off of this. So I ended up starting a real estate photography business, started making some money off of that. As I'm working as a nurse, those 3 days I'd be working in the hospital. Then on my days off, I would take clients. I would start making money with the photography business. From there, I ended up purchasing my first property, which was a rental property. Then I started getting my feet into real estate. I became a real estate agent, so I started helping clients buy and sell houses while I was still doing the photography. And really it got to the point where I almost didn't have a day off. But those days that I was off from nursing and working on my side hustles, I truly enjoyed those days. It didn't even feel like work at all. And the fact that I was making money doing it made it that much better. So if you're like me starting out initially, my end goal was to stay in the healthcare industry. I wanted to go on, get my master's or doctorate in anesthesia, work as a nurse anesthetist. But then, like I said, I just got completely burnt out. So, whether you've been doing it for a while or you just started and you're realizing, hey, this is not for me. I'm telling you right now, you need to start figuring out ways of how you can get out, how you can do something that you truly love and enjoy. And at the worst case scenario, if you do quit your job and you start doing something else, then you can always go back to nursing. So me, myself, I actually still have my nursing degree. It's something to fall back on. Not that I really ever want to, but worst case scenario, I can go get a nursing job within just a few weeks. So everyone's circumstances is a little bit different, but really ultimately what you need to do is start working on some sort of side hustle or hobby that you enjoy that you can end up turning that into income. Like I said, for me, that was photography, which started getting me into entrepreneurship and starting other businesses. But you need to start focusing on other things you can do in order to make money and replace that income from the hospital. While a lot of nurses do work 3 days a week, which gives you 4 days a week to work on a side hustle, I do know that some nurses do work a Monday through Friday job or variations of different schedules. You do have days off, so on those days off, you do need to focus on learning about other industries. You need to get on YouTube, buy courses, whatever the case is. Start figuring out other ways to make money. And from there, once you build up that stream of income, you just need to get that income to replace your current income. And prior to quitting, if it is something that you plan on doing, I highly recommend that you save up anywhere between 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. That way, when you do quit nursing, you don't have to be super stressed out on where your next dollar is coming from. You can cover your rent or house payment, your car payment, food, and whatever your living expenses are. And another important thing to do is while you're also saving up money, you definitely want to cut back on expenses because these expenses cut into your freedom. You know, if you have a super high car payment, super high rent, anything like that, it's definitely going to force you to have to rely on that nursing career in order to make these payments. So, you know, for me, what I even did was I sold my truck and I ended up buying a Honda Civic, rode that thing for 2 years, no issues. I've had roommates, so that's another thing that you can do. You know, whatever your living situation is, don't be scared or hesitant to get a roommate to help cut your living expenses in half. And like I said, cutting back on your living expenses definitely gives you a lot more freedom to focus on your side hustle and not rely on that main job. And another thing that I would recommend is instead of just quitting completely all the way, you can try talking to your manager and seeing if you can step down, working less hours, maybe working part-time. You know, that's what I did for a while. I cut back from 3 days a week to 2 days a week. That helped me out a lot to work on my other businesses and increase my income on those other businesses until I got to the point where I had the money saved up and had everything in line and I had money coming in monthly from the other businesses to where I was comfortable enough to quit completely. And one of the hard things for me that you may come across as well is you might start getting a lot of pushback from family, relatives, whoever, telling you, no, you just need to stay comfortable. You need to keep your job. It's a steady source of income. You get health insurance. You have a 401k. And that's kind of a trick that employers do in order to keep people. They lock you in with health insurance and a 401k and a steady job, but there's other opportunities out there. And trust me, I'm no one special. I stuck to a plan. I've been in the same position that you're probably in. So you really just need to go out there. You want to get out of your comfort zone. You know, you can't be scared to leave your comfort zone. I'm sure the job you're in may be stressful and you hate it, but it's also comfortable because you're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. But just on the other side of that is absolute freedom, is happiness. You make your own schedule if that's the route you go down and you end up starting a business. Now, on the other hand, something that I want to mention is if you've been in a nursing job, whether that's ICU or ortho or whatever the other units are, anything else out there, there's plenty of other things that you can do with your nursing license. So don't just let that one specific location hold you back and cut down on your happiness. Go out and find something that you like, move to different positions. It is extremely okay to move around to different jobs until you find something that you truly like. Nurses are in high demand pretty much anywhere you go. It's very easy to get a nursing job. So make sure you go out and do something that you love, do something that you enjoy, and figure out what best fits your life, your lifestyle. It doesn't mentally drain you and make you miserable every day you have to clock in and just counting down the hours until you're able to clock out. You need to go find something that you love, that you enjoy. So if you're in a position where you're considering quitting nursing, like I said, you need to save up money. You need to find other things that you may be interested if you're wanting to start a business or go try out different job positions in the nursing field. There's plenty of other options out there. And if you guys have any questions, shoot me a message, comment down below. Let me know what your situation's like. If you're a nurse and you're wanting to get into real estate or business, I would love to hear your guys' story. And do me a favor and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.